Hello there, my name is MrSmartDonkey and welcome to a video in which I will be talking to you guys about my plans for Total War Warhammer. So it's something I haven't really talked about too much yet, but my excitement level for the game is growing tremendously the last few weeks. I think CA have shown a lot of confidence in their product. If you haven't heard yet, they have officially announced mod support for the game, which was something they were saying for, well, months/years now, ever since the game was announced essentially was not going to be a thing, is going to be a thing after all. Also the fact that they have changed their pre-order DLC to be free for the first week as well after release. That shows confidence to me. It shows that they believe that their product is good. And it also makes me feel like they've gone over to Games Workshop and said, look, listen here, it's our game, we know it's your IP, but you gotta work with us a little bit here. And now, obviously, because of the mod support being enabled, things like that, just makes me feel a lot more happy about the game. And also because they have said that 2 of the mods that will be released beforehand, or at least on release of the mod support, which hopefully should be released of the game, one of them is the one I'm looking forward to most, is the regional occupation one, because of course one of the features in quotation marks of the game is that you can't take land, well, all the land with all the factions. You can only, like, the differences between strongholds and holds, holds and settlements, or whatever the case. Like humans can only take other human settlements, and dwarves and greenskins can only take forts from similar factions. So one of the mods that will be released for release is a mod that will counter that, which makes it so that you could take all land with any faction. So that's something I'm really looking forward to. I'll probably be using that in all of my campaigns, because I don't see why I would want to play the game without that feature enabled, essentially. And the other mod that they're doing is in co-op, which is definitely something that will come into play with me as well, is for co-op campaigns, you will be allowed to play as the same faction under different legendary lores. Now, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. I would imagine that it still works the same as before, where you each have your own bit of land, but you share it under the same flag, essentially. But I don't know about how that exactly will work, but I'm sure we'll figure it out once the game is released. But that's something that I will be using in my co-op campaigns as well. But anyway, on to the plans, because that's 2.5 minutes gone on things that haven't been what I wanted to talk about at all. So first of all, of course, single player campaigns. I'll be doing plenty of, I'll probably start with 2, because I really, like, this is the first game where I want to play every single faction, like, 100% at some point. Because every faction is completely different. Like, there's no, of course there's comparisons, like the game, the base mechanics are similar, but there's going to be so much different as well that it's worth playing every faction independently, I reckon. So for single player, I'm not 100% sure yet on factions. I might even do a faction vote, but I don't know about that yet either. Because I really want to play several factions. I really want to play the Empire. I know probably the most boring faction out of all 5. 6 if you count Bretonia, which will be available at some point in the future as well. They will already be available for multiplayer and custom battles, but no campaign yet, but that's definitely coming as well, hopefully after a month or so. Yeah, Empire is pretty boring standard, if you will, but I don't know, I feel like they would still be a fun faction to play anyway. Then there is dwarves, which I really want to play as well, but I don't know, I really love dwarves and stuff, but the fact that they have no cavalry, I love using cavalry in Total War, so I don't know, I'm definitely still really want to play them, but that definitely makes it a little less exciting for me, but still sounds like an awesome faction. The greenskins, especially after that 2-hour live stream that they did a few days ago, well, like a week ago by the time you watch this, I'm sure, but that really got me excited for the greenskins, and I really want to play them, actually. They look super cool. I really want to play Chaos because their units look extremely strong. Like, I can't wait to play them, but there's a good chance I'll be playing them in co-op with Devin, for example. So we'll both be playing Chaos, essentially, because they're the only faction currently that has the whole, like, Attila thing where you raise towns and you don't actually ever take any of them. So I think that one would be a good one for co-op. You just walk around and destroy everything together. I think Sylvania is the the faction I'm least excited for because of their slow-moving units, no ranged. I feel like the strategy involved is going to be a lot less than with any other faction, but I'm sure that will change my mind. I still want to play them anyway, but they are probably the faction I'm excited for least. So I don't know which ones exactly I will be playing, but there's a good chance that it'll be Empire at least, and green skins, and then possibly Chaos in co-op. So yeah, that's single player. I'm not 100% sure yet. Like I said, I might do a faction vote for the second faction or something. I don't know. I'll like choose one myself and let you guys choose one as well. I'll be doing like all of them at some point. Almost guarantee. I'm not going to promise that, but there's a good chance that will happen. And I want to start with 2, and then I'll do more in the future anyway. So co-op campaigns, I'm planning at least 2 co-ops at start. One of which with Devin should start relatively soon. Within the first few days, hopefully. Second one will be with Lionheart, who I have no idea who will be playing or whatsoever, or whatever. We haven't talked about it much at all yet. Just that he had a slot open for a co-op, and I asked him, well, we were actually gonna do a Rise of the Samurai campaign, which we started recording a while back, but we never really recorded too much of it. I was like, I wanted to scrap that and do Warhammer instead. And he's like, yeah, go for it. So we're gonna do a co-op campaign on Warhammer as well. I don't know what faction, if it's going to be co-op or head-to-head, probably co-op. Actually, I think it will be co-op because he's doing a head-to-head with Warrior of Sparta. But yeah, so at least 2 co-ops planned. I might do more in the future. For some of you fans from a long whiles away, or a long time ago even, you might remember Ptolemy. He's getting a new PC, he's getting new internet next month, so hopefully he'll be good to go for recording again, and he's actually a little more excited about Warhammer than he was before. He was completely done with CA, but he might actually pick it up, and if that's the case, then there's a good chance I'll be doing a co-op with him at some point as well, but I don't know yet, and I'm sure there will be more co-ops in the future too. So yeah, that's the campaign side of things. Then there is the faction overview. So I want to do something a little more special as well, and I think with this Total War, this is the time for faction overviews and stuff, because the factions are so different. Of course, faction overviews, videos like it have been done many times in the past by people probably far more skilled at it than I am. But I wanna try my hand at it. I like doing edited videos every once in a while. Some of you might know that I did Weapons of the Wasteland series for Fallout 4 back in November/December, which was really successful. I want to recreate some of that success on a game that I know I'll be playing for months/years to come, or a franchise at least that I have been playing for years and will play for more years and years to come as well, because I know Total War is something that my channel will always thrive on and will always be one of the main things on my channel. Also, this is something I probably should have mentioned earlier, but I assume this is actually fairly logical, but I think everything else except for maybe, well, in the first week or so, I'll probably postponing all of my other content. I think I'm just going to do Warhammer only for the first week or so after it's released. I'll probably slowly start bringing back other series after that. But I think for the next few months, well, it's hard to guess these things ahead of time, but at least the first few weeks / months / who knows how long, Warhammer is going to be the main thing on my channel. I want to sort of go a little easier on the other series I've been doing. I've been doing way too much other stuff, and Warhammer is just gonna take the forefront for a little bit, because it's just I know like 90% of you guys subscribe for Total War at one time or another, so Total War is the thing you are here for. So yeah, anyway, so faction overviews, videos like that, so just heavily edited videos, me talking about a faction, its strengths, weaknesses, different kinds of units that each one has. Perhaps I will do separate videos, one for like battles / units and one for campaign strategies. I don't know, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, but that's the sort of thing I want to start doing for the factions, because I think with Warhammer it just works so well, because each faction is completely different. And then last, but not necessarily least, there might be more, but for now last, is the tournaments. The Total War Attila tournament, YouTuber tournament, worked out really well. It was a lot of fun for me and Devin to do. Good views as well, actually, surprisingly good views on my channel. Not what I was expecting at all. I think every video had an average of about 600 plus, which is fairly good. That's not like, none of my other videos get that on average, so I was quite happy to see that. And I really enjoyed doing it. It hasn't actually finished. Well, we have finished recording everything. It hasn't actually finished uploading yet. It'll be this weekend because we have to wait for the third place thing. But you'll see that on Friday, Saturday, Sunday anyway. But yeah, we really enjoyed doing a tournament, so we're going to be doing another one at least. At least one more single player one. I'm also planning on doing a 2v2 one. I don't know if Devin's going to be up for all of this, so we're doing one for sure together, but after that, if he's not up for like doing too many more tournaments, then I might look for someone else or whatever. But I'm definitely planning on doing a 2v2 tournament as well. I'm pretty sure he is up for it. I talked to him before and he sounded alright, enthusiastic about it, but I don't know, this is just all in the planning, all things that I'm considering for the future anyway, because I really like doing the tournaments, or tournament even, just singular so far. And it was good for my channel as well, so I think that's a good idea. And the contestants, most of them seem to like it as well. It'll be a lot more advanced than the tournament on Attila though. That was sort of a casual proof of concept tournament. This one will be like best of 3 for every single round, not just the last ones basically. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Tournaments, both single player, 2v2, perhaps other kinds of tournaments as well. I don't know yet. It's all things that I'm considering. I'm considering doing a lot of Warhammer stuff anyway. That's basically the point I've been trying to make for about 11 minutes or so far. Because I'm very excited for the game. Much more so ever since the last few announcements they've made. Because I was really afraid about certain things. I'm still not too happy with some decisions they've made. I do know, for example, one thing that's concerned me a lot. I haven't really heard anyone else about it, but this has concerned me a lot as a YouTuber who does a lot of Let's Plays on Total War games. The game will get expansions sort of thing, where it unlocks a new part of the map, unlocks a new, like a few different extra factions. What they've said is that previous save files don't carry over to that new part of the map. So once you've essentially conquered the world with the dwarves, for example, and then the new expansion is released, you can't continue that same campaign. You have to start a fresh one with the dwarves in order to take all that new land, which I don't like that. I really wish they had somehow found a way, which I'm sure is very much possible. I wish they'd found a way to be able to continue your previous save file, because the way it's going to work now is I do a Let's Play on the Empire, for example. I finish my Let's Play of the Empire, then the next 2 expansions are released. People will be looking for an Empire Let's Play. They find mine, and it's only 1/3 of the map. They're not going to want to watch that. They're going to want to watch one that's the entire map, or has the entire map included. So I feel like for Let's Plays, it's really annoying that we're going to finish a campaign, but it's not actually finished. It's only 1/3 finished, and you essentially would have to kind of wait for the next 2 years or whatever until both expansions are released to be able to play any campaign fully, which, I don't know, I just don't like that at all. I might be somewhat wrong here. Maybe it is going to work differently where it actually will work out or whatever, but the way it seems right now, it's a little unfortunate. The way that's going to work, but that's my main concern. Besides, the concern was before with the regional occupation thing, but that's been solved by having the mod enabled, so that's like one of my 2 really big concerns gone. There's one more as well, with the whole chaos being overpowered just like the Huns were in Attila. That's one concern I have got as well, especially on Legendary, which is what of course I'll be playing at. So that's one thing I'm a little worried about as well, but we'll have to wait and see how that works out. But yeah, those are my plans for Total War Warhammer. I'm sure in the background of this video you'll have seen some random footage from one of their recent videos or something. I don't know what I'll put there, but we'll see. I just wanted to let you guys know my plans, and if you have any ideas, by the way, I wanted to ask that as well. So, like I said, the faction overviews, etc., etc. If you have any ideas for that, or for any other series you'd like to see, I know there's the whole 20,000 zombies versus 6 artillery pieces, blah blah blah, those kind of series. I could do things like that as well. That's what I was originally planning on doing, kind of, with the Donkeys Battle Royale thing a few months ago, but it ended up being a completely heavily edited, scripted, funny, like 3-minute video for each episode instead, which probably was better, was a lot better quality wise anyway, than any of those like unedited 20,000 times versus 5 kind of videos would have been. But those are fun as well, of course, and they're nice to test the new engine, test the new units, etc. So I could do things like that as well, but just let me know in the comments what you think. If you've got any ideas for things you'd like to see, or ideas for the faction overviews, what you would think I should include, things of that nature. So I think I've rambled on for long enough. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys are excited about Warhammer, as excited about Warhammer as I am. I can't wait. So it's going to be good. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.